So the first card you've got for your past is this beautiful, beautiful Empress. I love this card. It's so relaxing, very peaceful, very restful. So that's how you are sometimes. This is what I'm getting for you very, very recently, probably over the last week, maybe even the last 2 weeks. Sometimes you're very peaceful, and then sometimes you're the opposite. So I'm getting lots of these up and down, up and down, up and down feelings. So you go through these times of peace, and then it suddenly changes. So it's very, you go through that sometimes. You do go through that cycle sometimes, but I think recently it's gotten a little bit more intense. I'm just getting that. So with this retrograde, I've been feeling it a lot too. Lots of ups and downs, lots of problems. But I think for you, there's a little bit of that, but I think it's more than that. It feels quite personal for you. Okay, I'll try and make sense of this. Hopefully this will make sense to you. I think with you as a Leo, I always get with you, you're a really very, very, very deep thinker, and you're a very unusual thinker. And what happens with you is sometimes you go deep into thought, you have very deep, very spiritual feelings, very, very, very different thoughts. You think very deeply about what happens in the world, different situations, what you think about the real picture is, and all that kind of thing. You go down really, really deeply. And then out of that, you have, then it's kind of like your feelings go up high. It's not bipolar, I'm not getting that. It's more like you have these very deep feelings, very deep thoughts, very, very, very deep thoughts, very interesting thoughts about things, very unusual. And then you get these ambitions and these ideas that come out of that, and then you're on a high. It's like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I've got this big ambition. And then sometimes it's like, well, okay, that's very unusual, that's very different. I don't think I could ever do that. Because you're a lone ranger. You're the only person, probably in your family, probably among all the people around you, who have these kinds of thoughts and have these kinds of ideas and these ambitions. You're very different to a lot of people around you. And I think it's a good thing. I just want to tell you this. It's a good thing. Like, to me, it's a good thing. Some people are closed-minded. I'm open-minded. To me, the best thing you can be is different. The best thing you can be is you. So yeah, I think you know that. I think you know you're different to a lot of people around you. And what I'm getting here with this sequence going all the way down here is sometimes you're fine with that. You're like this Empress, relaxed about that. You're okay about that. And then at other times, I think you really struggle with that. And when you start thinking about this, you start thinking, well, I'm so different, and no one understands me, and there's no point in talking to people. I'm just going to keep it all to myself. And that's when you go into hermit mode. So you go from this, I'm okay, I'm relaxed, I don't mind if I'm different, I'm quite fine about that. Then you say, oh, if I let my own feelings out, if I say this, if I talk to people, if I tell them my ideas, they're going to be upset, they're going to be angry, because I've had that growing up. I was so different to the people around me growing up. And I've experienced that clash, which is what I'm getting in the Two of Swords right down the bottom there, clash with people. And what you've learned from that is people don't understand me. They act negatively toward me and my ideas and my thoughts. So I just keep them to myself. So you kind of swing from one to the other sometimes. So I'm getting that in that whole sequence going down now. And I think that's intensified recently for you. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm getting a parent here as well. Might be a father or some kind of male authority figure. Might be an uncle. Might be some kind of, just some kind of male that was in authority with you. Again, I'm getting father very strongly, so it could be that. So yeah, there's a lot of clashes between you and this male figure, which is what I'm getting in that Two of Swords down there. And also you've got two kings here, right in the middle here. So there's a male energy here that you did clash with a lot. And I think I'm getting this for someone, when you were growing up, you really, really clashed with them. And I'm getting this feeling of, I can't breathe. I can't breathe being around this person. I need to move. I need to get away. And I think you did get away. I think you went to go by yourself, or you went away. You went into hermit mode. You didn't talk to this person for a long, long time. You kept things to yourself. And that's what you do now. you keep things to yourself because you think you're anticipating that people are going to clash with you, because that's how you grew up, if that's you. So yeah, but with these feelings, with these very intense feelings that I'm getting from you lately, if that's resonating with you, what I think is happening is a lot of these old issues are coming back around you again into your mind. Old conversations, things people said years ago, all that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm getting dreams as well for someone. This is what I'm getting for someone. I'm getting a very vivid dream about you in a house or a home that you used to live in. So walking around in the room and talking to someone in the room, or just experiencing walking around in the rooms, and it's a home you used to live in. That's the past coming back to you, if that's you. So yeah, and so I think with you, a reason why you keep a lot of things to yourself is people see you as very strong. And you are very strong, and so you like to kind of keep that up. Not that you're false, but you like being there for people. You like to be the strong one for people. And I think you have people around you who rely on you as well, so you have to be strong. Okay, I just want to say this for someone. If you're really getting these very, very heavy emotions right now, don't be afraid to cry if you need to, because it feels like you've got a lot of these bottled up feelings inside you somewhere in there, and they need to come out. So you might need to go off by yourself somewhere and just let that all out or something. It might be that you let it out physically. You might want to go for a run, or you might want to punch something, a pillow or something, I don't know. But you've got to let all of those feelings out that you're bottling up, and you've had these kind of ups and downs over the last, I'm getting that over the last week or maybe the last 2 weeks. So you've got to let your emotions out. And I think if you do that, I think your head will be a lot clearer. And, I think you've got a lot of these really big ambitions and things in your mind, and they're all kind of built around all these different ideas that you've got, but they're all kind of whizzing around in your head. So I think if you let out that energy, you let out those feelings, your head and your energy and your mind will be a lot clearer, and you'll be able to move forward with things, and you'll feel a lot better when you can do that. So I hope that makes sense to someone. Yeah, the other thing is, if you're having these up and down emotions right now, try not to make any really big decisions, at least for the next week or so. If you have to, you have to, that's fine. I'm not seeing any terrible things happening. But if you can help it, just be a little bit careful, because you might make some decisions that are based on emotion, and that's not a very good basis on making an important decision on, let's say. So, for example, if you're going to buy a big thing or sign something important, just hold off on that. Just say to the person, look, I can't really do this until this date. Just hold off. Then you'll be able to read through things properly. You'll have a clearer head, and you'll be able to make a better decision if that all resonates with you. Okay, so I'm just looking at this Two of Swords now by itself. I'm getting this, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Untouchable. Untouchable, that's it. It feels like someone's untouchable. You can't get near them. And if you look at this woman, obviously, if you went to go near her, you couldn't, because she's got these two swords beside her. So you'd be stabbed if you went anywhere near her. So someone's untouchable. Yeah, someone's had some kind of a big clash. I'm getting family here. Again, I'm getting a family argument or something like that, some kind of disagreement. I'm not getting this male energy I was getting before. This is someone else in your family. It might be a male, it might not be a male, but it's not that father figure I was getting before. It's someone in your family. It feels like they've moved away from a group, so it might be that they've moved away from the whole family, and there's some clash that happened, there's some disagreement, and they moved away, they went away. Now, there's a lot of worry around this person, a lot of worry. People are worrying about them. If that's you, people are very stressed about this person. So the first thing I want to tell you is they're safe. That's the first thing I want to tell you. They've got some people around them, but they're hermiting when it comes to a lot of the old familiar people they used to be friends with and family members. So they're not talking to you. I can see that. They're not talking to other family members. They want to keep to themselves for that time being, for the moment. The other thing I'm seeing is that you will be back together at some time. You will see them at some time. Because if you look at this Two of Swords, obviously the swords are separate, they're apart. So they're apart from you right now, and they're apart from a lot of other people right now. But then if you look to the right of this, you've got this beautiful Ace of Swords here. And the Ace of Swords can be about communication. It can be about two sides that have been in opposition coming together. So very, very beautiful, actually, because you're really close at one time. It might be a sibling. You're very, very close at one time. And so if you look at these two cards here, you've got these two swords that are separate. And then in the Ace of Swords, they start merging into one sword again. So two sides coming together. So you are going to hear from this person at some time. I don't think it's going to be soon. I'm not seeing it happening soon. I think they've got a lot to get over. They've got a lot. I'm getting a little bit of shame around them, actually. I don't know whether it's deserved or not. I don't know, but I'm just feeling that around them. They are going to come back and talk to you again, and they're going to talk to a lot of other people again, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time. So if you're waiting to hear from them, if you're worried about them, I want you to know that this person is safe if that's you. But try and let the universe just take its course. Just sit back. If you can, try and relax like the Empress. It's going to happen at the right time. I know that's really hard if you're worrying about someone, but I just wanted you to know that if that's you. So I hope that helps someone. Okay, so the first card you've got for your present is this King of Wands. Okay, I just want to say that before I start with this card. Okay, this feels a little bit confusing, so hopefully I'll be able to make sense of this for you. I think it's a little bit confusing because I think this is all about what's inside of you. And a lot of people around you, again, don't really understand that. And so I'm trying to understand that myself. So I hope this is going to make sense. So, okay, so yeah, I didn't say a lot about the Hermit, so I'm getting a little bit about that here with this. So you've got all these deep thoughts again, all these deep thoughts, feelings, all these emotions inside you. And I think some of these things come from your head, like you have ideas about the world, very different ideas about the world. Some of them are spiritually based, I think. Some of them are just your ideas, but I keep on getting this very, very, very deep thoughts. And what I'm getting is very personal thoughts that you keep to yourself a lot. And then I'm getting these, again, I'm getting these very unique ambitions that come from those very deep thoughts. So again, I think when you start, if you do, and I hope you do, when you start letting all these difficult emotions out, if you want to cry, if you want to go for a run, whatever you want to do to let those out, I think you'll be able to see how all these things are all going to come together. Because what I'm getting is clearing all that old out, all the old energy, all the mess, all the kind of confusion in your head, and all the confusion that comes along with people saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I think you had a lot of that growing up. That's all going to go out of your head if you clear all this old energy out. And then what I'm seeing is there are all these different things that are all kind of merging together in your life. I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you, but I'm trying to explain this to you. So you've got deep ideas, you've got some kind of ambition that comes from that, and they're all going to merge together to form some kind of career, some kind of business, or something like that. So it might be something like, for example, it might be something like a podcast where you come out and talk about these ideas and people are interested. There are lots of really interesting ones around right now that are talking about the situation that's in the world right now. So it might be something to do with that. It might be something to do with a product that helps people. It's something very, very, very unusual. And whatever this is you've got inside you, it should come out. Some people are going to be very interested in this, and you really should take that into account, that this should come out of you, if that makes sense. So I think if you do make this into some kind of career or business or product or whatever this is, it's very, very different. So I can't really describe this properly. It's something that's very unusual. It's something that no one's seen before. That's what I'm getting. So I can't really describe it. It's something that's inside you, though. You know what this is, if that's you. But yeah, if you start this business, I'm getting, in the beginning, I think there's going to be a little bit of discouragement. So it might be that you struggle to make money at the start because, there aren't any pentacles in this whole reading here, in this whole spread. So, but what I'm getting is, don't give up, keep going, because the money's going to come later on. It's not here now in this spread, but it's going to come later on if you keep going. And the other thing is, I keep on getting this. It's very, very unique, very different. Just like you, very different, very unique. There's nothing like that in the whole world. And again, with this Hermit, I keep on seeing this. In your past, you had someone around you, it might have been this father figure, saying, oh, you never do this, you never make money doing that. And that's why you shut off. That's why you became a hermit. You didn't open up your ideas to people. But there are people who are going to love these ideas. There's a niche for everything. There is absolutely a niche in the world for every kind of thing. There are so many people in the world. There are so many different kinds of things. Just think, for example, how many different kinds of music there are in the world. Think about that. How many different kinds of clothing there are in the world. There's a niche for how many different kinds of shoes there are. There's a niche for every kind of person that likes every kind of thing. And all you need is to find your group that loves your thing. And you will do that, whatever that thing is. What I'm getting is, if you do start this, if this is a business, I'm getting a test. So I want you to prepare for this. There's a test early on in this business. So it might be that you start up. It might be that you lose your premises. It might be that you lose a big client. It might be that something happens and it feels like a drop down. Now, what I'm getting here is, if you can pass that test, if you can pass that hurdle, you'll do really well. You need to get past the first hurdle, whatever that is in this business thing or whatever this is. So just remember that when you're starting this, if that's you. Okay, I'm picking up on someone here. Someone feels out of depth with you. That's the only way I could describe it. It's like, oh, I'm not sure. I'm really lost. I'm out of my depth. I want to be close to them. I want to talk to them, but I feel really stressed, lost, that kind of thing. Yeah, they're a really deep thinker, this person. Actually, they're an overthinker, I think. And yeah, you're apart from them. They're apart from you. They're away from you physically. They might even be in another country or very far away from you anyway, if they're not, because I'm getting lots of water here for some reason, and I'm getting a big empty space. So it feels like they're apart from you physically. They're really worried about you. You're on their mind, and their head's going around and around in circles. If you look at this King of Wands, he's got this lizard behind his head. It's a salamander, and it's literally going around and round in circles, and it's behind his head. So that's how their mind is. They're kind of, oh, what do I do? I want to approach them. I'm really worried. I'm out of my depth in this whole situation. Should I do this? Should I do that? That's kind of how they're feeling. Now, they do have feelings for you. They've got feelings of love for you. I'm getting that really strongly. And I'm actually getting feelings on both sides. So I think you're trying not to think about them. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting from you. If that's resonating with you, I'm getting that coming from you. Because what I'm getting is, at one time you talked a lot. I'm actually getting messages. I'm getting text messages or some kind of messaging, online messaging. So there are lots and lots of messages between you going backwards and forwards. There's a message here or something that was said, something that was seen, a message. There's a misunderstanding about that message. And I think all this stress and problem that they're having, it's tied up with that. So I think either you saw a message or you saw something or you misunderstood something that they said in a message. It's to do with messages, text messages probably, or something like that. And there's a misunderstanding around that. And I think that's when you separated. That's what I'm getting. And they still have feelings for you. I'm getting that really clearly. You have them for them as well, but you're trying not to show that. You're trying not to even accept that yourself. Because if you look at this King of Cups down here, he's representing you. In the middle there. So he's representing you. And the King of Cups, he's got all these emotions around him, but he's not showing them. And I think that's you. So you've got emotion for them, you've got feeling for them. But for one, you don't want to show that to them. And the other thing, you might not be trying to admit that to yourself, because for you, I think you might even be trying to move on from this. Yeah, the other thing is I'm getting from you is, yeah, I'm literally getting, I'm not going to chase them. I'm not going to chase them. I'm not going to be that person. If they want to talk to me, if they want to explain what's happened, they can come and talk to me. I am not going to chase them. That's what I'm getting. But then, yeah, this is what I'm getting for you. This is what I'm getting. With this King of Cups, I've got these quiet moments here, and I've got that quiet moment where you're sitting by yourself, just like this king here, and also with the star card up there, I'm getting that as well. Quiet moments you have to yourself, you sit there, and I think this literally comes into your head, I miss you, I miss you. So deep down you do miss them, but you don't want to be the one to come forward. There's something they've done and you feel as if they need to come and talk to you, or they need to apologize or something like that, and it's something to do with a misunderstanding around a text message or something like that. That's what I'm getting really, really clearly for someone. I know that's really specific, but I'm really seeing that. Do you know what? I think they will. I think they'll come forward. I think they'll talk to you, because you've got the Ace of Swords down here. And that's about two sides coming together once again. Also, it's about clarity. So I think they'll give you clarity on this. I think they'll come clean about this. They'll clear this up, whatever this is. But they're only going to do that if you're willing to listen to them. So if they come and talk to you and you're really angry, I think they'll go away again. So if you're open to them, I think you'll clear this up and you will get together again. That's what I'm seeing. So I think also it depends on these up and down moods. If you're in Empress mode, you'll be welcoming to them. You'll be fine. But if you're in Hermit mode or in Two of Swords mode, and your moods have been going in and out of those, they might catch you at the wrong moment as well. So that's something you've got to watch out for as well. And that's why you've got to let all that out to regulate your moods as well. So that when they do come in, you're at that peaceful time, or you're at a rational time when you can listen to them, if that's what you choose to do. But at the moment, there's this really big stalemate here. And again, it's about something to do with messages. So that's what I'm getting now. I know that's so specific. Okay. All right. So the first card you've got for futures, this beautiful star card up here. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it feels a bit vulnerable to me, and sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes she looks very strong, this woman, but sometimes she looks a little bit vulnerable because she's naked, she's by herself, so it can mean a lot of different things. And I think they're feeling a little bit vulnerable. They're a little bit worried about coming close to you. They want to. They want to. And I think for you, you're coming up as this star card. And, you know, because you're by yourself, you're thinking, you've got a full life, you've got lots of things you need to do. But again, in the back of your mind, you've got this feeling that you do still miss them on some level. And again, she's got this star card and it's behind her. So you're trying not to think about them. You're trying to fill your life. You're trying to move on. You're trying to do all these things. But in the back of your mind, they're still there. And the star is about hope. So deep down, there is a little bit of hope there for you. I have to say, if that's you, that is what I'm seeing. I have to tell you what I'm seeing. You might be saying, no, I don't want them. That's what I'm seeing. So, yeah, again, a big part of you, I think, does want this to work. But again, you're trying to put this out of your mind. And I think part of you wants this to happen, and another part of you might be preparing for this not to happen. Because part of you's like, no, I need to move on, because if they don't come forward, if they don't come and talk to me, I have to really, I have to look at the realistic, look at the realization, look at the real, and I have to say to myself, well, there might be a chance they might come forward. If they don't, I've just got to move on. So I have to prepare for that, and I have to kind of act as if they're not going to come back. So part of you wants that, and the other part is like ignoring this star, like this woman with her back to the star. And you're saying, no, I'm just going to try and ignore that. I'm not going to think about them. They're probably not going to come forward, and I've just got to make the best of things. So that's the kind of thing I'm getting from you. You don't want to be disappointed. You're trying to protect yourself.